All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Sunil Verma and with me is Saira Mujtaba. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Indian scientists have done path-breaking research and Indian tech industry is at forefront of solving global problems. In DDC elections in Jammu and Kashmir, BJP is leading the tally by winning 70 seats, followed by J&K National Conference. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal assures Bangladesh of complete cooperation in ensuring barrier-free trade. National COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.65%. And Britain reports record number of new COVID-19 infections yesterday. Vaccine makers hopeful existing vaccine will be effective on the new variant. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that Indian scientists have done path-breaking research and the Indian tech industry is at the forefront of solving global problems.
Through this gathering, I want to invite the global community to invest in India, to Indian talent and innovate in India. India has the brightest minds. India celebrates a culture of openness and transparency. The government of India stands ready to address any challenge and improve the research environment here.
Delivering the inaugural address at the India International Science Festival IISF 2020 last evening through video conference, Mr. Modi said, India has data, demography, demand, democracy to achieve world-class scientific solutions. He said India has a rich legacy in science, technology and innovation, and all our efforts are aimed at making India the most trustworthy center for scientific learning.
India has a rich legacy in science, technology and innovation. Our scientists have done path-breaking research. Our tech industry is at the forefront of solving global problems. But India wants to do more. We look at the past with pride but want an even better future. साथियों, इसके लिए भारत बेसिक्स पर जोर दे रहा है. आप सभी से बेहतर ये कौन जानता है कि साइंटिफिक टेम्पर डेवलप करने के लिए बचपन से बेहतर समय क्या हो सकता है. आज भारत के एजुकेशन सिस्टम में स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स किए जा रहे हैं ताकि किताबी ज्ञान से आगे निकलकर स्पिरिट ऑफ इंक्वायरी को बढ़ावा मिले.
He asserted that the new national education policy will help in fostering scientific temper from an early age. The Prime Minister said, now focus has shifted from outlays to outcome, from textbooks to research and application.
आज भारत के एजुकेशन सिस्टम में स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स किए जा रहे हैं ताकि किताबी ज्ञान से आगे निकलकर स्पिरिट ऑफ इंक्वायरी को बढ़ावा मिले. 3 दशक के लंबे समय के बाद देश को नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी मिल चुकी है. इस पॉलिसी के एजुकेशन सेक्टर को फोकस ही बदल गया है. पहले आउटलेज पर फोकस था, अब आउटकम्स पर है. पहले टेक्स्ट बुक की पढ़ाई पर फोकस था, अब रिसर्च और एप्लीकेशन पर है. नई नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी एक ऐसा माहौल देश में बनाने पर फोकस कर रही है जिससे टॉप क्वालिटी टीचर्स का एक पूल देश में तैयार हो सके. ये अप्रोच हमारे नए और उभरते साइंटिस्ट को भी मदद करेगी, एनकरेज करेगी.
He said, science and technology is connecting the poorest of the poor with the government. He said, with digital advances, India is becoming a center of evolution and revolution of global high-tech power. The Prime Minister said, there are many challenges in our country like water scarcity, pollution, soil quality, food security, for which modern science has a solution. He said, science also has a big role in rapidly exploring the water, energy and food resources in the sea. Mr. Modi said India is running Deep Ocean Mission for it and has achieved success. Ministries of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, in association with Vigyan Bharati, conceptualized the IISF to promote scientific temper in the society.
The Prime Minister also addressed the centenary celebrations of Aligarh Muslim University through video conferencing yesterday. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, every citizen would get the benefits of development happening in the country without any discrimination. Mr. Modi appealed to all to come forward unitedly to make a new India through Atmanirbhar Bharat.
मैं एएमयू के विशाल एलुमनाई नेटवर्क को भी आह्वान करता हूं कि नए भारत के निर्माण में अपनी भागीदारी और बढ़ाएं। आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान को सफल बनाने के लिए, वोकल फॉर लोकल को सफल बनाने के लिए बहुत कुछ किया जाना बाकी है। इसे लेकर अगर मुझे एएमयू से सुझाव मिले, एएमयू एलुमनाई के सुझाव मिले, तो मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी।
The United States President has conferred the highest military decoration of the U.S., the Legion of Merit, Degree Chief Commander, on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In a series of tweets, Prime Minister Modi said that he is deeply honored to be awarded the Legion of Merit by U.S. President Donald Trump. Mr. Modi said it recognizes the efforts of the people of India and the U.S. to improve bilateral ties reflected in the bipartisan consensus in both the countries about the Indo-US strategic partnership. The Prime Minister said the 21st century presents both unprecedented challenges as well as opportunities. He said the India-US relationship can leverage the vast potential of people's unique strengths to provide global leadership for the benefit of the entire humanity. On behalf of the 1.3 billion people of India, the Prime Minister reiterated his government's firm conviction and commitment to continue working with the U.S. government and all other stakeholders in both the countries for further strengthening India-US ties.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the centenary celebrations of the Vishwa Bharati University, Shantiniketan, on Thursday morning through video conferencing. The Prime Minister is the Chancellor of the university. The Governor of West Bengal, Jagdeep Dhankar, and Union Education Minister will also be present on the occasion. Founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore in 1921, Vishwa Bharati was declared to be a central university and an institution of national importance by an Act of Parliament in May 1951. In Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory, the result of 244 DDC seats out of 280 seats has been declared so far. BJP is leading the tally by winning 70 seats, followed closely by J&K National Conference with 56 seats. Independents have won 43 seats, while Mehbooba Mufti's People's Democratic Party bagged 26 seats. Indian National Congress has won 21 seats so far, while J&K Apni Party has got 10 seats. CPI-M got 6 seats, while J&K People's Conference bagged 5 seats. JKPM got 3 seats, while 2 seats have been won by J&K National Panthers Party. PDF and Bahujan Samaj Party BSP got 1 seat each. BJP swept the DDC elections Jammu, Udhampur, Kathua and Samba districts of Jammu division. The party has won 11 seats each in Jammu and Udhampur districts, 13 seats each in Kathua and Samba districts. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has assured Bangladesh of complete cooperation in ensuring barrier-free trade between the two countries. Addressing India-Bangladesh Digital Conference on Agriculture sector yesterday, Mr. Goyal said, India has offered duty-free market access to Bangladesh on many products, including agri-exports. He said that together we can aspire for a better and brighter future for the people of both the countries, particularly for the farmers of both countries to benefit from economic prosperity. The minister said both the countries share warm and cordial relationship based on mutual trust and friendship, which goes beyond the arithmetic of economic gains and losses. He said that this partnership stands out as a role model in the region for good neighborly relations. Mr. Goyal said the ties between the two countries have witnessed an upswing in the last 6 years. He said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bangladesh PM Sheikh Hasina share a common vision and pro-business policies which have enhanced governance in the two countries.
The government has said that 50,77,000 paddy farmers have been benefited from the current Kharif marketing season procurement operations with MSP value of over 79,675 crore rupees. The Agriculture Ministry said over 422 lakh tons of paddy have been procured from Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Uttarakhand, Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Bihar. Out of the total purchase, Punjab alone has contributed more than 202 lakh tons till the close of procurement season in the state on 30th of November, which is 48.05% of total procurement. The National Investigation Agency NIA today conducted searches at 7 locations in Thrissur and Kozhikode districts of Kerala in connection with the fugitive accused belonging to the proscribed terrorist organization Jand al-Aqsa, believed to be in Syria, the investigative agency said. The houses searched are of Muhammad Faz, Muhammad Ihtisham, Abdul Samir, Rais Rahman, Nabil Muhammad, Muhammad Shaheen and Muhammad Amir.
A high-level delegation of the Election Commission of India, led by Umesh Sinha, Secretary General, Election Commission, visited Puducherry yesterday to assess the poll preparedness for the upcoming Assembly election in 2021 in the Union Territory. More from our Puducherry correspondent.
The team held a meeting with the Chief Secretary Aswani Kumar, Chief Electoral Officer Surbir Singh, District Election Officer Puducherry Purva Karg, District Election Officer Karaikal Arjun Sharma, DGP and officials from other departments. They had discussions with the representatives of the registered political parties. It may be noted that Assembly election is due in 2021 in Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and West Bengal. Chandramohan, Air News, Puducherry.
News just in. In Uttar Pradesh, at least 2 people have been killed and 18 others injured by ammonia gas leak at Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited IFCO plant in Phulpur area. All the affected were working in the plants. Prayagraj DM Bhanuchandra Goswami said that the gas leak has been stopped. The 2 persons who lost their lives are said to be working in the managerial capacity in the plant. IFCO produces urea where 2 plants are situated. In both the plants, production happens round the clock in 2 shifts. The New Services Division brings glimpses of the year that was in our special series Year-Ender. The reform in agriculture sector and doubling farmers' income have been at the forefront of NDA government's agenda. Farm laws that have been brought recently have many significant provisions for the farmers' empowerment and welfare. Addressing virtually Kisan Sammelan in Madhya Pradesh on the 18th of this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted several measures for the benefit of farmers. He reassured farmers that minimum support price and APMCs will continue.
ये हमारी सरकार एमएसपी को लेकर इतनी गंभीर है कि हर बार बुवाई से पहले एमएसपी की घोषणा करती है। इससे किसान को भी आसानी होती है, उन्हें भी पहले पता चल जाता है इस फसल पर इतनी एमएसपी मिलने वाली है। कानून बनने के बाद भी वैसे ही एमएसपी की घोषणा की गई जैसे पहले की जाती थी। एमएसपी पर खरीदी भी उन्हीं मंडियों में हुई जिनमें कानून बनने से पहले होती थी, कानून बनने के बाद भी वही हुई। अगर कानून लागू होने के बाद भी एमएसपी की घोषणा हुई, एमएसपी पर सरकारी खरीदी हुई, उन्हीं मंडियों में हुई, तो क्या कोई समझदार इस बात को स्वीकार करेगा कि एमएसपी बंद हो जाएगी?
The Prime Minister also emphasized that Indian farmers should have access to the modern facilities available to the farmers in the developed countries. It cannot be delayed any longer. Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar, has reiterated the resolve of the government and its commitment for a pro-farmer policy.
एमएसपी चलती रहेगी, इस पर कोई खतरा नहीं है। एमएसपी की रबी और खरीफ की जो खरीद है इस वर्ष भी बहुत अच्छे से हुई है और रबी की फसल की बुआई के समय एमएसपी घोषित कर दी है। एमएसपी को नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में 1.5 गुना किया गया है। खरीद का वॉल्यूम भी बढ़ाया गया है। पहले गेहूं और धान पर ही खरीद होती थी, अब दलहन और तिलहन पर भी खरीद की जा रही है और एमएसपी से किसानों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा सुरक्षा मिल सके और उसमें अधिक पैसा हम खर्च कर सकें। इस दृष्टि से नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार की प्रतिबद्धता पहले भी थी, आज भी है और आने वाले कल में रहेगी।
Our correspondent takes a look at the significant provisions of the Progressive Farm Laws.
Before these farm laws, the farmers had to sell notified farm produce only in APMC Mandi, but now they have freedom of choice to sell in Mandi or any other seller, unlike Mandi system, where farmers have to accept whatever the price offered to them. Under the new system, farmers can bargain for the price even at doorstep. They will be able to sell their produce to merchant wherever they get a higher price. Besides, farmers can sell their produce within the state or anywhere else in the country. As there will be no Mandi fee and other charges borne by producers and consumers, they will have large savings. Earlier, the farmers could sell fruits and vegetables outside of APMC Mandi, but now this freedom has been extended to all agri-produce and all over the country. Contract farming has been allowed nationally on terms favorable to farmers, under which the contractor cannot end the agreement without full payment. However, farmers can end agreements anytime they wish. Besides, farmers have also been made partners of value chain. The rural farm youth will get the opportunity to trade and run supply chain. With these new provisions, the minimum support price and APMC mandis will also continue along. Remarkably, after passing of farm legislations, central government has increased the MSP in September this year, which shows its commitment to the welfare of farmers of the country. Divakar, Air News, Delhi.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Indian scientists have done path-breaking research and Indian tech industry is at the forefront of solving global problems. In DDC elections in Jammu and Kashmir, BJP is leading the tally by winning 70 seats, followed by J&K National Conference. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal assures Bangladesh of complete cooperation in ensuring barrier-free trade. National COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.65%. And Britain reports record number of new COVID-19 infections yesterday. Vaccine makers hopeful existing vaccines will be effective on the new variant. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 95.65%. During the last 24 hours, more than 30,000 people have recovered from the infection. The Health Ministry said the total number of recoveries has gone up to over 96,36,000. During the past 24 hours, 19,556 new cases were reported, taking the total number of positive cases in the country to over 1,75,000. The government yesterday says that the new strain of coronavirus found in the United Kingdom has not been seen in India so far. Briefing media in New Delhi, Member Health in Niti Aayog, Dr. V.K. Paul said, there is no cause for concern and no need to panic, but there is a need to remain vigilant. He said the new strain of COVID-19 in the United Kingdom has increased transmissibility.
पेंडेमिक का मतलब है हम सभी जगह पे फैली हुई है, ट्रैवल होते हैं, स्प्रेड होती है और ये भी फैक्ट है कि कुछ और देशों में कम से कम कोई ना कोई एक दो वायरस मिले हैं, जैसे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी ऐसी म्यूटेशन मिल गई, यूरोप के एक आधे देश में भी ऐसे मिल गई, तो हमें वॉचफुल रहना है। उसके लिए जो स्टेप्स लिए गए उसके ऊपर मैं आता हूं, लेकिन पहले ये कहना चाहूंगा कि हमारे भारत में लेबोरेटरीज ने वायरसेस जो यहाँ आइसोलेट हुए हैं उनकी ट्रैकिंग करी हुई है और हमें जहां तक भी हमारे पास डेटा अवेलेबल है उसमें ऐसा सिग्नल, ऐसी म्यूटेशन हमने डिटेक्ट नहीं करी है। जो म्यूटेशन डिटेक्ट करी हैं वो इनसिग्निफिकेंट हैं।
The government has said that based on the potential availability of vaccines, the government of India has identified the groups that will be vaccinated on priority basis as they are at higher risk. The Health Ministry has come out with a series of frequently asked questions about COVID-19 vaccine on various aspects. Our correspondent reports that the first group includes healthcare workers because they are at higher risk of contracting the infection and protecting them helps to sustain essential health services.
The vaccination of frontline workers will help in reducing the societal and economic impact by reducing COVID-19 mortalities. The next group to receive COVID-19 vaccine will be persons over 50 years of age and persons under 50 years with comorbid conditions because there is high mortality in this category. The reason for including more than 50 years of age group for vaccination is that it will be able to cover 78% of persons having comorbidities and thereby reduce mortality mortality on account of COVID-19. More than 50 years of age group is divided into two subgroups. One subgroup is 60 years and above, and they will be vaccinated first. Second subgroup is between 50 to 60 years age group. They will be vaccinated after the first subgroup is covered. The vaccination may not be sequential. It can go in parallel for all beneficiaries depending on the availability of the vaccine. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
The Uttar Pradesh government has taken a serious note of the new variant of coronavirus that has surfaced in the UK and several other countries. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has instructed to take complete precautions and keep up vigil in view of the new threat. He has instructed officials to be strict on contact tracing of people coming from abroad. More from our Lucknow correspondent.
In a high-level meeting on COVID-19 yesterday at Lucknow, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath instructed effective tracing and quarantine system should be ensured for people who have traveled to the state in the last 15 days from countries where new form of coronavirus is detected. He instructed the health department and local administration to issue a helpline number in this regard and be alert. Meanwhile, Chief Minister also instructed that in no case fee of RT-PCR test by private labs is charged more than ₹700 per test. A fee of ₹900 test may be taken in case the sample is collected from home. He said that the eSanjeevani app should be widely publicized so that more and more people can get the benefit of online medical consultation through the app. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
Madhya Pradesh continues to report more recoveries than positive cases. The state has registered decline in active COVID-19 cases. So far, more than 218,000 patients have recovered from COVID infection in the state. More from our Bhopal correspondent.
According to Health Bulletin of the State Department, 1,053 patients recovered yesterday. 28,482 tests carried out in the state yesterday, out of which 1,005 new positive cases were reported. Maximum 347 registered at Indore, followed by 121 at Bhopal and 48 at Gwalior. With 12 patients succumbing to the infection, the death toll rose to 3,502. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Gujarat, 4 passengers who arrived by Vande Bharat flight AI1172 from London to Ahmedabad at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport tested COVID-19 positive. There were 275 passengers on board the flight. Those detected positive have been shifted to Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation run SVP Hospital for treatment. AIR correspondent reports that all passengers from UK flight who landed before Tuesday midnight at Ahmedabad Airport had to undergo mandatory RT-PCR test at the airport itself. Meanwhile, Gujarat has recorded 988 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. More from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
Total number of COVID-19 cases detected so far in Gujarat has reached up to 2,37,247. Out of this, 2,21,602 patients recovered. 1,209 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. The recovery rate reached 93.41%. More than 91,62,000 tests have been carried out in the state till date. At present, total active cases in the state are 11,397, out of which 64 patients are on ventilator. 7 patients died yesterday, taking the total death due to COVID-19 up to 4,248. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Britain reported a record number of new COVID-19 infections yesterday as it battles a surge in cases caused by a variant strain of the disease. Official figures showed there had been 36,804 new cases and a further 691 deaths. A desk report.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his scientific advisors said on Saturday a variant of coronavirus, which could be up to 70% more transmissible, was spreading rapidly in Britain, although it was not thought to be more deadly or to cause more serious illness. The authorities have since brought in tight social mixing restriction measures for London, South East England and Wales, while plans to ease curbs over Christmas across the nation have been dramatically scaled back or scrapped altogether. Meanwhile, drug makers including BioNTech and Moderna are testing their COVID-19 vaccines against the new fast-spreading variant of the virus that is raging in Britain. Ugur Sahin, chief executive of Germany's BioNTech, which with partner Pfizer took less than a year to get a vaccine approved, said yesterday that there are 9 mutations on the virus, and the mutation known as B.1.1.7 lineage may be up to 70% more infectious and more of a concern for children.
Because even though this new variant has multiple mutations, only 1% of this protein is changed. That means 99% is still the same, and we know that our immune response, or the immune response that is induced by our vaccine, is attacking this protein on multiple sites, so that the likelihood is high and that the vaccines will still work.
The World Health Organization said it will convene a meeting of members to discuss strategies to counter the mutation. Tanvi Khurana, News Desk.
Antarctica, the only continent which has been free from COVID-19 so far, has reported first cases. Chilean authorities announced that at least 58 people that were at 2 military bases in Antarctica or on a Navy ship that went to the continent tested positive for the new coronavirus. And now, let us take a look at the weather forecast for the day. National capital will experience a cold day with temperatures varying between 6 and 23 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky and the temperature will vary between 18 and 32 degrees Celsius. Chennai is likely to have partly cloudy sky and temperature will hover between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. Kolkata had fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later, and temperature will vary between 13 and 24 degrees Celsius. On to the north, Jammu had fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. Temperature will hover between 6 and 21 degrees Celsius. Srinagar is likely to have mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Between minus 6 and 9 degrees Celsius is what the temperature is expected to be. In Leh, there will be mainly clear sky and temperature will vary between minus 13 and 0 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening, and the temperature will vary between minus 1 degree Celsius and 8 degrees. Muzaffarabad will witness mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening, and the temperature will vary between 2 and 15 degrees Celsius. Dehradun witnessed mainly clear sky with temperature hovering between 5 and 21 degrees Celsius. Chandigarh will have mainly clear sky. The temperature in the city will hover between 6 and 21 degrees Celsius. In Hyderabad, the temperature will vary between 11 and 29 degrees Celsius. The city witnessed fog or mist early in the morning.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Hindustan Times in its top story quotes the government as clarifying that the new strain of coronavirus is more infectious but not more lethal. New strain not in India, says government. Issues SOPs for visitors from UK, headlines the Indian Express. Coronavirus cases below 20,000 after 6 months, writes the Tribune. India's active cases dip below 3 lakh, notes the Statesman. Farmers to take a call on offer for talks today, reports the Hindu. 28 years and many twists later, priest and nun held guilty of killing sister Abhay, writes Hindustan Times. US Senate clears bill backing Tibet, reports the Tribune. And finally, the Pioneer reports, air pollution wiped out 2.6 lakh crore rupees, killed 17 lakh people in 2019, with economic loss per capita being the highest in Delhi. An alarming 18% of all deaths in the country were on account of pollution, writes the Times of India.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Indian scientists have done path-breaking research and Indian tech industry is at forefront of solving global problems. In DDC elections in Jammu and Kashmir, BJP is leading the tally by winning 70 seats, followed by J&K National Conference. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal assures Bangladesh of complete cooperation in ensuring barrier-free trade. National COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.65%. And Britain reports record number of new COVID-19 infections yesterday. Vaccine makers hopeful existing vaccines will be effective on the new variant. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.